50 points to 18, so the Sheffield team have shown that they have got it in them. They come out onto the pitch today playing from right to left as we look at it from our new gantry position this afternoon. What a kit that is, Graham. Bright pink and light blue.
I like it, yeah. It brightens up a dull day. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You got one, don't you?
I'd have one of them, yeah.
Let's start a petition to get Graham a Sheffield Eagles pink and blue shirt. I'll get him on comms on it next week. Raiders in their usual Dennis the Menace strip. The red and black stripe with the black shorts, black and red socks. And 3 changes that we talked about. No place this week for Tia, Robson and Cavan Rothwell. In come Tom Walker, Finn McMillan and Ryan Brown. And we are underway here at the Northern Competition Stadium. Taken on the boot by Ryan Shaw. Bobbled forward. Quick chase from Sheffield. Almost capturing the Raiders half-back off guard. But he's done well to collect possession. As the Raiders now going through the motions. The first taste of the action for Finn McMillan this afternoon up towards the 20-metre mark. And a guy like Finn, obviously, he was raw when he came in initially from the Furness Raiders. He had a few opportunities. Didn't quite impress, I think, as much as some might have thought, but it is very early days. Since then, he's progressed on playing for league reserves. He's done a bit more with the Furness. He's worked with the first team now for almost 2 years, and he's come on leaps and bounds. He's got rave reviews from the coaching staff, and he's given his chance this afternoon. What do you expect from Finley in that second resolution?
Well, I think he'll he can certainly run. He's got a bit of pace about him, and he's a clever rugby player. You know, he can. Hopefully, he'll be able to run a line, and whoever's like the ball carrier or put him in it, all he's got to do is run his lines out there and obviously defend. He's got a good defensive on him. He's strong up top.
Walker's dinked that one through. Testing for Jack Walker. What a chase that was. Good. And goes flashing in alongside Ryan Johnston. Keeping Sheffield camped right back inside their own 10. But straight in with a high shot that time. Penalised Sheffield then.
See, as the game goes on, you know, that's to be avoided, you know, for the Raiders this afternoon. That just lets Sheffield off the hook, down the field, you know, and it conserves their energy as well. And the Raiders have got to do more tackling.
Slight breezy conditions down in South Cumbria this afternoon, restricting the distance that Sheffield would like to have made on that kick, but nevertheless, still pushing up towards the halfway line. Struggling on that time. Taking 3 Raiders defenders to stop that one, as Sheffield now on the halfway, going down this short side as Colin Johnson finds a short ball from the 10 metres made. 40 out now. 2 minutes played, still remain scoreless. Raiders 0, Sheffield 0. Plenty of other games as well this afternoon that we'll keep an eye on throughout the afternoon. The Raiders look for their first win in the last 4. Picking up just that sole point in that draw against Batley. Kick goes high towards that left side, taken well by Cresswell. Safe. So Glenn, I'll almost stole your line now. Would you like to?
Safe as a Swedish seatbelt.
You do love it. You do love it. Full time in the early kick-off this afternoon to lose 24, London 16.
I don't love that, Dan. I don't love that.
The ball has come loose from the Raiders. 10 metres off their own line. Cheers from the Eagles team. They now know they've got a huge opportunity just 3 minutes into this match. But we have seen consistently this season a fantastic goal line defence from the Raiders. But for the most part, has done them well. In some games, obviously, it hasn't quite turned out the way the Raiders fans would have wanted it to. But
yeah, well, so, like the Toulouse game, for an example, you know, it was stoically defence. But eventually, fatigue takes over, and it's the difference between winning and losing. And unfortunately for Paul Crary, he's in a game where you're judged by wins and loss. And they've won more than they've lost this year. Now that's down to a really good defence. But add that to a high completion rate. When you're only doing the defensive work that you need to do, you know, you're saving that energy. As Sheffield attacking this Duke Street end of the ground now, you know, they're under the pump here.
Just a few metres away now, the Eagles forcing this one out towards the right hand side. A little kick through, can it find a way through? No, it can't. Raiders have done well there. Christian Welland is trying to find a way towards that corner. couldn't find a way through the Raiders' goal line defence. Strong once again.
Yeah. I mean, I think he took the wrong option there. The ex-Featherston centre put the ball on his toe. Should have just took the tackle, I think. But the Raiders will take that, won't they?
Yeah, they sure will. They were calling for a high tackle now. Is Charlie Hemsley, the Scottish international. He does win the penalty. And if they're not careful in front of Charlie, the Scottish international, they might get killed. I've been saving that one for weeks, Brian.
Sheffield have spot on the chance.
I'll get me caught. Kick into touch then.
We're here all week, I think.
We've got a man down for Sheffield, okay to carry on. Back up to his feet as the Raiders are just patiently waiting to tap and go here. 5 minutes on the clock, still remains Raiders 0. Sheffield Eagles 0. Tom Walker on his return to the team. What a return for him. He's been a big player, always a big player. In any team he's in, it's been a big loss for the last few months, but he comes back in with that heavily strapped right knee this afternoon as Jared Stacknell tries to find a way. Eventually tackled, just off the 40. Great vantage point up here.
It is. You can see the game a lot closer to it now.
I'm tempted to take my glasses off. Well, that course almost on the pitch here. Fantastic view. With Josh Wood now. Gets this one out of Raiders. He's shifting this one towards the left side. Ryan Johnson eventually tackled. Barrow now on that 30-metre mark. Josh Wood finds Walker. Finds the ball to Ramon Silva. Ramon shrugs the man off him. Gets that one out to Walker. Walker dummies. Goes round 1, 2. The kick towards the corner being chased down. Can Raiders get to it? No, it's going to be tapped down. Great play there.
Yep.
Darius Carter saves it here for the Eagles, forcing a dropout. What a kick that was going.
It was a good play. Unfortunately, didn't quite get there for the try, but it means they get a repeat set here now in good ball. First chance for them to really put some pressure on this Sheffield defence.
So the dropout then, with the wind, as it goes straight down the throat of Ryan Johnston. Raiders now then with an opportunity. 30 metres out to get the first points of the afternoon. 7 minutes played. It still remains Barrow 0, Sheffield 0. But it's Raiders on the attack now with Manny Costello back in his favoured central position. Centre position this afternoon. 20 metres to go then. Raiders find Ramon Silva. Bounces off the first challenge in towards the second. Eventually, no fewer than 3 pink and blue Sheffield shirts stop the big Brazilian. Raiders now within 10. Josh Wood. He knocked that one on, it was close. He did knock it on, yeah. Just a bit unfortunate there for the Raiders hooker. He was quickly trying to run at the markers and just bobbled that ball on this wet, slippery surface. Again, he's coming down fast earlier on. I think it's eased off slightly now, Graham, but it was to test these conditions out.
Yeah, the ground will still be firm, and wet with the rain we've had the last 48 hours. So it will be slippery. Good day for a kick on the floor when you on the end of set.
Raiders now back on defensive duties of Sheffield up towards the 20. Following on from that error from Josh Wood. Moving through the middle now then. Dancing feet of Jed and Billy. Back in towards the centres, want more. Waze that time. Good run from him. Taking Sheffield towards that 40-metre mark. Running at the markers there, and Ramon Silva's been caught flat-footed, and the Sheffield Eagles have found some space right through the middle. Big run that time. Eventually stopped. 30 out. Quick play the ball. Out towards this right side. Putting it back in towards the sticks once more. Corey Johnson there, which is causing all the problems to the Raiders, is now Sheffield. Dink that one over the top to Luke Cresswell, who's taking that one in goal. It's going to be a quick restart off the 20. Tap and go. He's got Luke Broadbent running onto this one. Heavy tackle there. And he's done well as the Raiders centre this afternoon. Now T. Vitson tries to find a way through. Good running from the on-loan St. Helens man, who believe Could be on loan now until the end of the season here in a Raiders shirt, alongside Ramon Silva as well, on loan for the rest of the season from Castleford. Two massive additions, that, Graham.
It is, yeah. Paul Prairie will be happy about that one.
Who's that man we've just been talking about? Juggling the ball around. Ramon Silva gets a good offload away to Cresswell. Cresswell out to Johnston. Johnston back on the inside, but he's found a wrong coloured shirt. You can't blame that one on the kick clash either.
No.
I can assure you that.
Yeah, they just need to have a little bit of composure. Just don't try and force the ball too much.
So Sheffield now, then up towards the 40 inside their own half, pushing up towards the halfway line now. Good running this time. Charlie Emsley smothers the man. Quick ball towards Ed Batty. 10 metres made for Sheffield now in the middle. Look towards all their options. Towards this left side, it's a great ball out towards this left edge. Putting back on the inside with a massive tackle there. Can he find touch? The touch does he's leaning down towards Bullman. But he's happy that Carter did just enough to stay in the field of play, kick towards the post. Now it's going to bounce off the post. We've seen that a few times in recent weeks against the Raiders. But this time it's fell to a Raiders shirt. Good tactic that one, isn't it?
It is. I was just thinking there, it was like deja vu, wasn't it?
I think it was on purpose. Our angle was a fantastic angle to see that kick coming through.
Yeah, the Raiders may have the widest post coverers, protectors in the league.
Maybe that's what it is.
Might be a tactic.
It could be a tactic. Tactic for the tackle bags. Josh Wood for the second time this afternoon has dropped that ball. There's Bullman now
They're just making a few unforced errors at the moment. It's just how well Sheffield punish them for them, because it will take an effect on the extra tackling that the squad have had to do in the last 10 minutes.
On the live stream said the audio commentary is brilliant, apart from the very poor puns.
Sheffield now then. Out towards this left edge, 10 metres to go. Big thank you for the comments that are coming in as well. I hope you're enjoying this punditry. Full of them.
We try.
Someone doesn't like these puns are in for a shot, especially from the second half, as now Sheffield almost broke away there, but it was a good last-ditch tackle. Incorrect play the ball. Now the ball has been dropped. What will the referee deem that to be? He's going to deem it to be 6 again there. Reece Butterworth. And now the ball has been dropped in the tackle. He's got a few choices to make here. Takes a look at his touch, Judge. He's going to go back to the original. Yeah.
I think what he's gone back to there is Ramon Silva. He tried to regather the ball and knock it on. That's why he initially played on, and now he's brought it back to the original knock on. That's the thinking. Whether you agree with it or not is another thing.
Some happy Raiders fans below us letting their voices and their opinions known. Out the scrum it comes then. Sheffield up towards this left edge once more, trying to find a space there. Oh, he's a few metres away from the line, and now the referee has blown his whistle once more. Indicated that Walker was offside. So it's going to be back to the 10. I don't think he's all right at the moment. There's a few of the players now trying to have a word in the ear, including Jared Stack. Tactically stood right behind the referee. Captain's allowed to have a word. I'm not hear him very well, but nevertheless, here we go again then. Another set for the Eagles within 10 metres of the line. Riley dropped inside the 10. Dodgy looking play of the ball. The referee said it was fine. So play continues. Out towards this right side now then, trying to create some rubbers over on that far right hand edge. Can he get the space? Can they find the space in the corner? They certainly can. And it's going to be the first points of the afternoon to the visitors. Sheffield Eagles, with 40 minutes on the clock, take the 4-0 lead. And after getting 3 sets within 10 metres, Graham, I suppose it was coming.
Yes, it was. They just run out of bodies on the right hand side there on that right edge, Sheffield's right edge. And like you say, they fouled up a play maybe 10 minutes ago. Put it right now for the first point of the afternoon for Sheffield.
The guy at the front.
Kick to come.
Just trying to get sight of the dry score. I know who it is. In sight. But I'm not. It's just when he turns his back to us, I'll be able to tell you who scored it. Nevertheless,
it was definitely the winger, Dan.
Which one? Was it Jaden Billy or Darius Carter?
I'm going to say Jaden Billy. Darius Carter was on this wing earlier when he put it out. Remember when he saved the try?
Darius Carter did that.
That's what I'm saying, Darius Carter. I don't know what I said.
So it's Jaden Billy that's
Jaden Billy's on the other side, I'm sure.
I'll let you. Do you want to let the announcer know? They're staring at us now. They expect the BBC to know everything, right? So yeah, Jaden Billy confirmed. Jaden Billy, the try scorer for the Eagles. As the conversion attempt comes in, unsuccessful as well. So 15 minutes on the ball. Jaden Billy with the unsuccessfully converted try, giving Sheffield that 4 points to nil advantage. The Raiders themselves for the moment, Graham. Really, a couple of mistakes from Josh Wood.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an arm wrestle start to the game, let's say. In this first 20 minutes or so, been a bit pedantic, the referee, as you can hear by the home crowd below us.
I don't think he'll be getting too many Father's Day treats off the Raiders fans so far this afternoon.
Not at the moment.
16 minutes play. Raiders 0, Sheffield 4. Sheffield looking for a chance to get out of the bottom 4. What a massive tackle that was. Tom Walker and Ramon Silva, two men you do not want to run against, Graham, no matter what level of rugby you were at. Still big numbers in this Raiders defence now as Sheffield move up towards the 40, still inside their own half. Looking both sides as Jared Stack completes the tackle on Corey Johnston. Johnston and Johnson mixed up this afternoon as Ed Batty now moves inside the Raiders half on the last tackle. You'd imagine a big deep kick to come here. Tom Walker tries to charge it down, as does Ramon Silva, eventually getting the kick away. Towards Bowman, who's completely missed the ball there. And it's shifted straight into the arms of Corey Johnson. And once again, it's another Raiders error that are letting Sheffield take a hold of this game. 23 minutes to go until half time, and it's now Raiders 0, Sheffield 8. Simple conversion attempt to come, and it was a win that time. It just caught Bowman off there, Graham.
Yeah, he just misjudged the flight of the ball, and it bounced, and as a rugby ball would, and then it was in front of Cresswell, and it kind of scuppered him as well, and allowing Johnson in for the second try of the afternoon for Sheffield.
So Raiders 0, Sheffield 8 then. Not the performance so far that these Raiders fans have come down for this Father's Day afternoon. Raiders looking to hold their own in the playoffs. They need to cut out these errors. We really had a chance to see them in full flow yet, even have we got in the start play.
Just lacked when they have been up the right end of the field and attacking. We just lacked that little bit of composure so far this afternoon, Dan. But there's plenty of time left, in this game yet. Things can change.
Walker gets us underway then. Kicking it high, kicking it short. The ball has been batted forward and then backwards, eventually collected by Cresswell.
Let's give offside.
Yeah, the ball there, it could have been Ramon, but it's been bashed forward into the hands of Charlie Emsley, who's then batted it backwards. So, correct decision by the referee, as much as the Raiders fans don't agree.
Yeah.
You definitely hear them in full voice over
Yeah,
this
you
side.
can. Yeah. That last comment, I think you'll find he has given. He said just give him a penalty. They've done well to get away with a scrum.
see where it is. They're in the middle this afternoon. Is Sheffield now. So, going through the motions now. That's all we need to do. 10 points to nil up. Here at the Northern Competition Stadium.
They're just starting to find like a rhythm, Sheffield, aren't they? They're just going through the plays, they're completing quite well. The Raiders have just got to try and contain them.
Fifth and last tackle now then is Sheffield once again putting that one up high towards the left side. Testing Bullman. No problem this time for the Raiders' top try scorer. He's collected that one well. The Raiders have got 90 metres to go on this set. There's been no mistakes now. Sheffield, big numbers, following the tackle that time. They know that they've not come here just to make up the numbers. 10-0 up, they're giving this one a right good go.
Yeah, they're getting bodies in the tackle as well, Dan, so you'll notice they really are managing to slow the Raiders' play down, which is helping them get back. Here we go.
Raiders out towards that left side with Costello. Costello is desperate to get that one off to T. Ritson. He just come in and collect that ball now then. Shuffles and shimmies and finds his way up towards the halfway. It's now last tackle. Out towards the short side of Ryan Johnson, who's kicked that one over the head of Jack Walker. Moving nicely towards the corner, bobbling around. Jack Walker finds a way through. He's done well there as the fullback. Looking to get up and quickly clear this ball. Moving nicely downfield again. Eagles push towards the 30. What great work there from Walker. He waited patiently for that ball and then with a quick step, he almost got away with it.
Yeah, good balance. Good work from the ex-Leeds fullback, I think he was.
Charlie Hemsley going high on the tackle before eventually finding his way around the ankles to complete that tackle on Guazier's nearly 40-20 attempt there. He's bobbling down. T. Ritson's going to get to that one though. Ooh, he did lose control, but he was moving backwards. As the referee probably indicated. Now he's blown his whistle. He's going to penalise Sheffield this time to the ironic cheers of the Raiders fans below us.
Yeah, it's just allowing them to get a bit of respite now, the Raiders. They just need to get this ball now, get it through a good set and get a good end of set kick away. Try and get it as far up the field as they can and then put some pressure on Sheffield and try and make them make the mistake in their final third and try and get some points on the board.
Charlie Hemsley now back in possession for the Raiders. Cresswell screaming for the quicker players. Ryan Brown, who's onto the field now, gets the Raiders towards that 40-metre mark. This time,
finally, they have been up until now, 23 minutes of the game, is that? No, 29 minutes.
23 minutes played, yeah.
They have managed to really labour and make sure that the Raiders can't get any momentum going from their own play the balls.
That's eventually being picked up on by Kevin Moore now. Barrow finally with a penalty. Sheffield laying on just a little bit too long. Forward pass there to Ramon Silva. Yep, has been spotted. That's another error from Josh Wood. Two handling errors and a forward pass from him. He's not really in the best afternoon, is he, today, the Raiders hooker?
No, it's not going to make good reading. It's just, and that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing between the teams at the moment. Sheffield they're completing sets. I would say 80%, 80 plus, and getting a good kick away. They've managed to force an error. We'd say forced errors.
Number 15, Tom Wilkinson, sponsored by Jimmy
Wilkinson onto the field now. There's Charlie Hemsley. Goes off for a rest. Alex Bishop on that far side looking to be warming up as well, ready to come onto the field. There's Josh Wood now. Big in defence. Looking to make up for his teammates. And there as it is made in the opening quarter of this game. Still remains Raiders 0, Sheffield Eagles 10. The Eagles just jumping off the back of the Raiders' errors, giving them that 10 points to nil advantage so far. Raiders not really had a chance at all yet. Most of the possession is being played inside the Raiders' half. Sheffield must have had twice as many sets as the Raiders, I think, Graham, so far in the game.
They have, and they've had them at the right end of the field as well. You know, the Raiders have had to do a lot of defending, you know, and if you're only 10 metres out, you know, chances are it's going to end up as a try, as it has done.
Taken well by T. Richards, and going to be tackled in goal, I think. Yep.
Another set to defend on your own line. You've got to give it to the Sheffield side. You know, that's what we said at the start of the game, what they are capable of. You know, they may be in a lower position than the Raiders, but this league definitely is about a week-to-week progress, and you're defined by that. You know, you can win a week and you can lose in a week.
Looking for the short dropout, and it hasn't paid off. So Sheffield get possession back, 20 metres off the Raiders line. There's now Billington, a one-time Raiders player, takes Sheffield to within 10 metres. Driving towards the post now, he's Ed Batty. Moving forward. Sheffield within 5, looking towards this left side and switching the play towards the right-hand side there, but Riley was caught flat-footed by the Raiders defenders, but they're still in a fantastic position to get their third try of the afternoon here. Out towards this left side now, and they're setting up some big shape over on that left edge. A little grubber kick through, it's going to fall nicely to Bullman though. Raiders get possession back, but once again, almost 100 metres to make up here. Dropping, almost slipping into that tackle. What do you think they need to change here, Graham? I know obviously it's the mistakes, which have cost them dearly, but do you think there's anything in the game plan themselves they can switch up?
I'd just like to. It's been hard to do because they have controlled the ruck speed so well, Sheffield, but I'd like to see them try and be a bit more urgent around the play of the ball, try and get a bit of urgency, try and break them up the middle, try and exploit a little bit of that space, and in turn, out wider, there might be more space for them to take. But like you rightly said, we've got to cut out the unforced errors first before they go anywhere. I think the guy that's just come on, Bishop, you know, he knows route, he only knows one way, route 1. I think that's a good decision to get him on the field.
Good kick downfield, bouncing around, and bouncing towards Wilkinson, who's been stepped. This is that tackle. Eventually, tackle completed by Costello. McMillan as well on that far left edge. Sheffield now then, and then across their own 40 metre now. Towards the halfway mark now where Bishop has been talking about heavily involved in defence. Alongside Bullman and Walker that time. To play the ball that almost caught out Cody Johnson there. Throws out an offload to Billington. Sheffield now inside that Raiders half once again. Moving the play quickly towards his right side. Big handoff that time on Ryan Johnston. Eventually the tackle is completed. It's now 5th and last. Looking to get a kick away. Pressure from the Raiders. Eventually the kick is made. It's gone over the top. Coleman's let it bounce. Could that be dangerous? He's had to bat it back. The fans are happy with that one. They expected him to catch that ball. I think Cresswell's having a word as well.
Yeah, they're just struggling under the pressure at the moment, aren't they? Showing a bit of nerves. Again, there's no need to panic just yet. There's only a two-score margin. So if the Raiders can manage to get onto the score sheet in the next 10 minutes, it's a whole different set of talk for half-time for Paul Fairley. However, if Sheffield score again,
6 again for the Eagles. Oh, that's a big tackle there. Dragged onto his back by Greenwood. That was a fair pass, wasn't it? Surely caught it in the air by Martin Riley. Where it continues. Sheffield find themselves on the cusp here of getting that third try, and there it is. They've battled their way through. It's going to be try number 3. Reece Butterworth going over for the Eagles. Making the scoreline now, Raiders 0, Sheffield 14.
Well, summarises curse.
23. Definitely.
Looked like number 14 to me there, gleefully jumping on that ball for Sheffield. We might be going to be told otherwise.
Yeah. I feel like we've got 3 different jobs to do up here. Graham.
It's stuck in the middle. Yeah, another untidy bit of play there from the Raiders. They just allowed them to get so close to the line, and then they were struggling to repel. And then the dummy half, he just went, and it's the soft tries, you know, the sort of tries a coach hates, you know, like just a plod over the line. He just took advantage of what was in front of him, which allowed the score to get out to 14. No. This side now, getting behind Barrow, trying to encourage them, trying to give them that little bit of a lift. But sometimes when it's like this, you need a player to do something that's going to create that lift.
Alex Foster confirmed as the try scorer then. I think you should be wearing these glasses of mine, Graham. Back to 1. Raiders get the ball back from kick-off, and they need to find a way back into this game. 9 minutes to go until half-time. Raiders 0. Sheffield 14. Work to do for Barrow. Ryan Brown now onto the field. Takes the Raiders to within 10. Quite rare we've seen him down this close to the try line. So far, the Stin McMillan takes a massive drive. He's just stopped a few inches short of the line. Great run there by the young second rower. The ball now comes out to Walker over the top. Bowman's in acres of space. Get aboard the Bowman bus. Barrow right back in this one. It's Raiders 4, Sheffield 14. Bowman with try number 13 of the season. And that's just what they needed.
Yeah, well, we said he needs to take a player to lift the team. First of all, young Finn McMillan come onto that ball, ran his line like we said before the game, really stuck them in, and it left them short on the right edge. And the Raiders duly took advantage. Good kick by Brad Walker to the corner, and Bowman had heaps of time to take that ball, run round, and narrow the angle a little bit for the 4-point there.
That's right, we're so clinical, even the NHS are jealous of that one, Graham. Great kick over the top from Walker, like you said. Once again, that man in fine form this season, Andy Boland. Try number 13 for him in all competitions this season. Against this Sheffield back line that's been tighter. Your dad's wallet on Father's Day.
Have you been practising this morning? You obviously didn't get many cards to open, did you? I was opening cards till 11:30. Mind you, I didn't start till 20 past.
Brad Walker now then. Massive 2 points there. Sometimes conversions get under look.
It's another lift.
7 minutes to go until half time. Walker starts that one up right. It's gone left and it's gone through. It's another big 2 points for that. Pushing an almost 70% completion rate this season on his conversions. Brad Walker makes it Raiders 6, Sheffield 14. Is the comeback on?
Yeah, the comeback's definitely on. Like you say, the main thing is, the most important thing about that try is it just gives the Raiders players that little bit of a lift just before half time, so they know that it's not 3 scores, it's 2 scores. And they are in this game, and they can punish just watching there, can punish Sheffield. They're just looking a little bit intricate, just looking for that space at the moment there. Luke Cresswell.
Cresswell gets that one out then. To Bishop, to Greenwood. Takes the Raiders forced to that 40-metre mark as we approach the final 5 minutes of this first half. will there be a late try in this half to completely change the half-time team talk for both of these teams? Sheffield 14 points to nil up until a few moments ago, but out of nothing. The try from Bullman in that right corner, getting Raiders back into it, because now you can see a shift in momentum as the players are running strong, this time with Tom Wilkinson.
Yeah, you could see there in that last attack, they just had a little bit of composure and they were clinical. They executed what they were going to do really well.
Cresswell's kicked it through, looking for Bullman once more, but it's taken well on the floor. And now Sheffield, they're going to start this one back in front of their own line.
Now they really need to lift that defence now, the Raiders. Really put them under some pressure, Dan, and try and get that ball loose and get the ball in some like a defensive area, the field for Sheffield.
Raiders 6, Sheffield 14, and Ryan Johnston flying out the line and making a big tackle there. Comments are up now for the Raiders. Sheffield are looking for a kick deep off their own 10, right through the middle towards Cresswell, when it pops up nicely for the Raiders fullback. He's got T. Ritson alongside him. He's going to run this one in himself towards the halfway line.
Still slowing this play the ball down too much, in my opinion. Need to show a little bit more urgency to try and fight to get up, and that makes it look more like you're being held down. You're more likely to get a decision.
Greenwood now then, towards the 40, inside the Sheffield half. Barrow showing much more patience now then. Need to become more organised than your dad's garage shelf, Graham. Moving towards Costello now on that left edge, towards the 20-metre mark.
Do you know, I love, Dan, how you've saved all your dad jokes up for Father's Day.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Big run this time once again from Finn McMillan, whose dad is part of the coaching staff as well. Proud dad and Paul. Raiders now then. 10 metres out. Ryan Johnston finds his way across the walk and he's tackled high, gets the offload again. And it's going to be kicked through. It's going to be Bullman. Can the ball find Bullman? The Raiders winger manages to collect it. Flies over the line, but he's going to be put into touch, is he? Yeah, good work by the Raiders winger there. He had work to do as well. The unpredictability of the odd-shaped ball, just bobbling around in that right corner.
A little bit of aftermath going on there between Walker and several pink shirts. 20-metre restart here for
3 minutes to go then until the half-time hooter. I imagine Sheffield will be slowly going through this set, making sure they complete it at least. Raiders 6, Sheffield 14. If the Raiders can just play a second half with very little to no errors, I don't think they'll have a problem. The ability they've got to find a result here, Graham. It's just they haven't started the first half very well.
Yeah, we know they've got the performance in them. But like we say, we take it a game at a time, and then on this game, on the showings of the first half, they just need to, second half, get out, get a better start, try and take advantage of an opportunity if it comes their way, and just try and suppress and repel the Sheffield side that really look up for this result this afternoon.
Let's see if one that time. Latongo, Sheffield now then. Find the ball out towards Billington. The referee has blown his whistle. Penalty against the Raiders once more.
Can't really see what was given that for there. Clamping in the tackle. Didn't really see a lot wrong with that, Dan.
We're going to look for a 2 here, are they?
There will be, yeah. And that's a sign. Well, there's only 2 minutes left for half time, so they're just putting 2 more points on that board and just keep it ticking over. I'd take it out to 16-6, just a 10-point lead, 2 margin score required.
So the scoreline: Raiders 6, Sheffield 14. With Josh Hodson lining up this penalty. Just over a minute to go until the half-time hooter, which I may add, by the way, Graham,
Yeah,
will burst our eardrums.
probably, yeah. And it's better than that speaker that's normally an hour a year old.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take the hooter a couple of times a game rather than the ridiculous speaker. One day we'll find the perfect position to do this, I think. Josh Hodgson now then, taking his time. He started it right, swung it through the middle, no mistake that time. From the number 33, Raiders 6, Sheffield 16 then. Minute to go until half time.
I think it's going to be a tough ask this second half. You know, the Raiders, I'm sure they'll talk about half time, they'll know what they've got to do second half in order to get back into this game and turn around the deficit. This Sheffield side, you know, they've got a lead to defend, and it ain't going to be easy to turn them over.
Walker's going for that short one again. He's got the height, he's got the distance. There's two Sheffield players fighting over that ball. Eventually collected. So it continues then. I don't think many people are going to beat Jack Billington in the air. I like 6'2" of him. He must look like when you've just stood next to him, Glenn. He must look tiny.
That'll be the siren. I looked height challenged.
Will there be a little bit of hooter magic from the Raiders winger? Not this time. He tackled high on the 20-metre mark, but the referee says enough is enough. 40 minutes gone here at Craven Park, the Northern Competition Stadium. The score at half time, it reads Raiders 6, Sheffield 16. It's the Eagles that had flown into the lead in the opening 30 minutes, going 14 points to the up tries. Billy, Johnson and Foster. It was a slight fight back from the Raiders, with Bowman going over in that far right corner, but then just a minute before half time, the Raiders another 2 on the ball for Sheffield. The scoreline, Raiders 6, Sheffield 16, and I think the Raiders have got a Father's Day ahead here with no paracetamol in sight green.
Well, like you say, they've got a task on in the second half. They need to start really well to get the first score, and I'm sure nerves may be settled by the fact that, you know, there's only 4 points in it if you get a 6-pointer. But like you say, easier said than done. Just looking at the body language of the players as they were coming off the field.
Potty mouth over there.
I wouldn't know.
Been that long.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I suppose that it's the end of 80 minutes that counts. So, like you say, I think the Raiders have got to get a good start and get the first score on the board to put a different aspect on this game this afternoon. I think if Sheffield score, it's going to be a whole lot of trouble for them to get back into the game.
Walker gets us underway then, Raiders kicking off, kicking that one deep. Great grubber kick, bouncing all over the place, eventually collected. And a big run there met by a wall of black and red shirts. Referees blowing a whistle, and just like the first half, penalise the Raiders once more. So there's going to be no change from Kevin Moore, the man in the middle today.
That ball did look as though it come loose.
It's one of them ones, isn't it? The referee's interpretation.
It is that, and like I say, we're not there on top of the situation. But it is frustrating for the players.
The Raiders back on defensive duties then. First play of the game, conceding the penalty. That ball pushed into Greenwood. Ball continues. Big defence this time. Once again from Barrow. Trailing this game, 16 points to 6. A win here will keep them in the playoff positions. On that note, actually, we'll take a look at some of the score lines. Here's me off the usual routine where I get moved around different positions, and one of them routines is to keep an eye on the championship fixtures. Sheffield moves within 30 metres now of the Raiders line. Half-time score over at Batley. Batley 6, Doncaster 22. Bradford 4, York 6. Luke Cresswell taking that one high in the air. Featherstone 12. Hunslet 12. That's a half-time score. That's what a bit of a shocker. And Widnes 16. Halifax 6. And the start of the season form for Halifax has worn off ever so slightly over the last few weeks.
Yeah, the Bradford Bulls York game, that's also a tight game. That can go any which way, couldn't it?
After being undefeated for so long, Halifax have lost 4 of the last 5. Just that one victory in the last 5. Came at home to London. Defeats against Bradford, Toulouse, Doncaster and Halifax. And this afternoon at half-time, losing away to Widnes. Quickly seen them drop down the standings. Is now Raiders get that one out to Bullman. Looking for his second of the afternoon and his 14th of the season. He almost found a way through there as well. It's now last tackle. Raiders up towards the halfway. Walker hoofs that one up high. Wilkinson chasing Cresswell. Picks up the pace. It's going to be them two that are involved in the tackle alongside Ryan Brown.
That was a good kick, that. Good spiralling kick there. You've got to really put this Sheffield attack under pressure now. You've got to try and dislodge this ball. And try and also just slow the pace of lay the ball down. They're getting a lot more success from the ruck than Barrow are at the moment. Well, it's not going your way. It's not going your way.
Yeah, Ryan Brown there was just trying to explain that he was doing everything he could to get his arms free. So Sheffield could play that ball. The referee or otherwise. And as for the last 44 minutes, the decision to keep going against the Raiders, Graham.
It is, yep. They need to stop the tide.
So Sheffield now playing this one across the 40 metre mark. Driving down towards the 30. Good drive that time. By the Eagles. Slowly. Back up and finds a ball out towards Oliver Roberts. Looking for an offload. Wilkinson. Bashing that one out. Play the ball now. Then is Sheffield 20 metres away. Popping that one off. Finding some space over on that left edge. Stopped on the 10. Dummy to the right, shift towards the left, a slip. Tries to throw that one backwards to keep the play alive. It's eventually collected by Johnson. Johnson steps, he's found a way through. He's found a big step, and out of nothing, absolutely nothing, the Sheffields go on to extend this lead 5 minutes into this second half. It's now Raiders 6, Sheffield Eagles 20, and that was just sloppy defence that time.
Yeah, again, a catalyst from a penalty decision against the Raiders, which gifted them the field position. And like you say, they took Corey Johnson took full advantage there of a pretty stagnant defence, basically. So it's starting to look a long way back for the Raiders now.
A try that quite literally came from nothing there, Graham. It was a bit of an error on that left edge with that slip. A bit of a nothing pass into open space. Johnson collected that one just past his 20-metre mark. Couldn't find a pass, but he found a step. He found a few missed tackles and ultimately found the try line. His second of the afternoon. Raiders now on a massive hill to climb.
16-point lead, 3 scores down. That's to get level, I think, is it? My maths there.
34 minutes to do it as well. And we've seen the Raiders take the front foot in a lot of the games and hold on to the leads this season. This is something a little bit unfamiliar territory.
Yeah.
Hands below us, not happy. And now the referee has blown the whistle at kick-off. He's indicated that Raiders all offside from kick-off. Penalty awarded to Sheffield. I mean, has he got it in for the Raiders this afternoon?
Well,
or the Raiders put it in for themselves?
It's quite a common thing, you know, half a metre offside. You know, teams do it a lot of the times, and they just get pulled every now and again. So when they do get pulled every now and again, it stands out like a sore thumb, especially with a 16-point deficit.
So, Sheffield then, back in possession, leading this game by 22 points to 6. Raiders, with just 1 point in their last 3 fixtures, will be looking and hoping to get a big 2 points in their playoff push so far this season, but it's not going to plan. Sheffield have come here, and they're going to go in once again. Missed tackle after missed tackle. Sees the Eagles go under the post once more, and this one is becoming out of sight. 33 minutes left to go. Barrow Raiders 6, Sheffield Eagles 26.
That was poor defence there. They just moved it. They had a set play, moved it to the right edge, and a simple ball back on the inside. Just a lazy inside shoulder there by from the Raiders defence, and just opened up a yawning gap there right the way through. See that on that replay on the big screen.
Who was it who went through there, Graham? Was it the full-back Jack Walker?
Yes, it looked like him to me.
We just need to shoot our second job. Yeah. Does he thumbs up? Does he agree with us? If we can get something right there. 8 minutes played of the second half. And it's not a nice scoreline. If you're a Raiders fan tuning in this afternoon, Barrow Raiders 6, Sheffield Eagles now 28. Just that one try from the Raiders from Andy Bowman. And this game, unless the Raiders can do a complete U-turn on what we've seen over the last 50 minutes, they're going to fall to another home defeat to the Eagles. Jack Walker confirmed as the try scorer, the Sheffield Eagles fullback. They're going for the short one, forcing a knock on that side. I think the ironic cheers from the Raiders fans came from the referee awarding that one. It's going to be a scrum down, head and feed to Barrow on the 30-metre mark. Trailing this game by 22 points. A minimum of 4 tries needed here in the final 31 minutes of this game And Graham, I mean, over the last few years, we've seen many a thing. You can't write him off just yet.
No, well,
I think the next 10 minutes is massively important.
it is. I think they need to let the ball go a little bit. They've been coming out to this left edge and then they've been going back inside and going sideways. You know, they need a bit of penetration and, you know, try and make an opening and create an opening as have Sheffield done.
So Raiders now looking for that breakthrough once again. We need something. They can't get this close to the line and not find the points if they're going to find any sort of fight back into this one. Still trailing this game by 28 points to 6. Ryan Johnston collects it on the 10-metre mark, trying to find a way through, gets him off all the way to Cresswell, but he's collected it on his own 20, on the Sheffield 20, then bombarded by a wall. Pink and blue shirts.
They're really up for it. They've got momentum now in defence and attack, haven't they? I think they realise that they just need to defend, put this Raiders side under pressure, and they may well get
Double kick through.
The result.
And it's not gone the way they wanted, as Boise picks up that ball, running backwards towards his line, turns around and makes it up towards the 10-metre. So the scoreline will remain Raiders 6, Sheffield 28. And I imagine Sheffield aren't going to do anything too fancy now, because this game for them is already won. All they've got to do is complete the sets, get a good end of set, kick away.
You said it.
Back to Yorkshire with a massive 2 points for them. And they're pushed to get away from the bottom 4. Big handoff that time, the ball has come loose. It's collected by Bishop. Raiders get possession back. Sheffield looking for the ball steal once again. Not made as Bishop is forced by his throat into the surface there. Not too happy with that one. It's Jared Stack now then. No nonsense stuff from him. Tries to wiggle free and get that ball out. He wiggles himself free, almost breaks away. Eventually tackled. Raiders still just over 20 metres to go, and Jared Stack is still lying on the surface, and he's not looking too comfortable now, the Raiders captain. The referee has blown his whistle. He's holding on to his left ankle there.
He's not the sort to go down without a reason.
He's screaming over at the referee. He's not too happy with whatever has happened there. It's not like Jared to have an opinion, is it?
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is as well, you know, I mean, I don't want to criticise match officials, but there has been some inconsistencies in some of the, definitely the speed of the play of the ball. You know, Sheffield have cleverly, you know, disguised the fact that they are laying on and slowing down and not clearing the ruck as per, in my opinion. And that is one area that I'm sure when you speak to Paul after the game he'll mention, because it has lessened their chances this afternoon. I think Darren Stack's going to have to go off.
He's not looking comfortable here. Yep, Stevie Ray's indicated to the bench that an interchange needs to be made. Jared Stack, the captain, not happy with what's happened there. Still voicing his opinion. He is now having to come off the field. I don't think he wants to. He's trying to see if he can walk it off. An interchange is going to be needed now. I haven't brought anybody on just yet. I don't think anybody's ready to come on. Ramon Silver it was warming up down in the corner. He's now going to come back onto the field earlier than originally anticipated. 28 minutes to go until a full-time hooter. Raiders still trailing this game by 22 points. It's Raiders 6, it's Sheffield 28. Live here, BBC Radio Cumbria Sport, by the app and website of course this afternoon. Will be with us something special. We see the famous Barrow fight back which we've seen year after year here at Craven Parkley, Northern Competition Stadium. And the Raiders smell the victory this afternoon, because at the moment they are nowhere near it. Ball comes out to Walker, Johnston pops that one off to Finlay McMillan. Big run from the Raiders rookie.
He hits a line well, doesn't he?
He's definitely put on a bit of size over the last couple of years as well. It's Johnston now then. Fires this one out towards the right side. The looping pass out to Bowman. Bowman finds his way through. It's going to be a second of the afternoon for Bowman. giving Raiders a glimmer of hope. With 28 minutes to go, it's now Raiders 10, Sheffield 28.
Good work there by Ryan Johnson. He come out to this right edge and he found a nice looping ball right over to Bowman. Bowman was in for his second, am I right, Dan? The kick to come.
Bowman's second, 14 competitive try of the season.
All the Raiders can do, you know, that's it, just chip away. And hopefully maybe get to some point where they can make it nervous and make it hard work for Sheffield to close the game out.
It's a good kick. It looks like a good kick from Walker. No, it's just going to drift too far to the left of the scoreline. It's going to remain Raiders 10, Sheffield 28. Still 18 points the difference. 3 converted tries will bring this one level. The Raiders have got a massive task still on their hands. And he quickly went through his motions there, like Brad Walker, which is something we don't usually see. He takes all the time he's allowed, but he's gone on with that one. And Sheffield are going to take all the time they're allowed to kick this one off. I can expect, looking for the shot as well. They know they're going to go along with this one. Straight down to Luke Cresswell, who's popped this one off to Brown. Big run from Brown. Got down well. Raiders 10, Sheffield 28. 26 minutes left to go. Ramon Silva now back onto the field. The injured Jared Stack looking to play this ball to Bishop. Bishop finds Wilkinson. With the Raiders moving closer to that halfway mark. They need something special here. Need to break the line somehow, or at least get a good end of set kick off and keep Sheffield pinned right back deep inside their own half. 26 minutes to do it. Walker, long ball out to Johnston. Johnston finds Cresswell. Raiders have got the overlap. Raiders have got Ritson. Ritson kicks it over the top, chasing it down. Can Ryan Johnston reach in? No, he can't. It's just going to be a little bit too much on the kick from T. Ritson. We've seen something very similar a few minutes ago from Ritson, getting on the back of his own kick. That time it was Ryan Johnson who found a way through, but just didn't have the pace to jump onto that one.
Yeah, to be fair, the ball was a little bit too strong. But again, enterprise there from the Raiders. A bit more body language, positive. You know, again, trying to fight the way back into this game. And it's good to see. It's good to see that they don't give up.
So Sheffield now then back up towards the halfway line. Sparking more hope there in the 90th minute corner at Holker Street. Didn't want to hear that one, was it, Graham?
Yeah, I wasn't listening, I was watching.
Sheffield now then battling through towards the 30-metre mark. A try here will surely be the cherry on top of the cake that they are looking for. 20 metres to go on the last. Plenty of options either side. Swung out towards this left edge. It's a kick through. It's come off a Raiders' hand, batted down and then collected well. And now it's going to be another Raiders player there. Is it Broadbent that's pulling up? Not too sure what he's done there, but he's really uncomfortable on his right foot. Looks like he's just going to run that one off. Not too sure if it was a bit of a dead leg, a bit of cramp. He's moved over to this far side and Raiders continue with Wilkinson. As coach's head on here, Graham, what would you be calling the Raiders to do here? Chasing the game with 24 minutes to go.
Just keep doing what they're doing. They're going to do a better go forward. Like you say, try and keep it as quick as they can around that ruck, which I'm sure what Bishop would look to do.
40-20 attempt from Bishop.
Attempt there.
Has he got the angles? It's going to be close. Oh, it was boots the ball. The touch judge just put his flag up. Had to force the drop out. What an effort from Bishop. Inches away.
Don't take that. Again, good enterprise. They're taking the game. They're actually taking the game to Sheffield now. Completing the end of set. Good execution. Now they're going to get the ball back and get their turn again to put the Sheffield defence under pressure. I
asked you the question. I think Bishop gave me the answers. That's what they've got to do.
Got
to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Look for them 40-20 attempts. I mean, it's not really the Barrow way, but spreading that ball out towards the edges rather than using the forwards seems to be the only way at the moment.
But in the last 10 minutes, quarter of an hour or so down, you know, the big lads up the middle, in the middles, they have made more inroads, which has dragged defenders in, which has then made space at the end.
Ball has been lost in the tackle, and now punches thrown. And he's got to be careful here, because Ryan Brown there, he threw a punch after that tackle. And if that was spotted by the officials, the Raiders could be down at 12. With 22 minutes left on the clock. Raiders 10, Sheffield 28. Both teams coming together in the middle of the field. Referee Mr. Kevin Moore trying to calm this one down a little bit. Let's see what comes of it. But just frustration there for Ryan Brown.
Yeah, he knocked the ball on, and you know, maybe some sledging or something going, but that's going to happen. It's part of the game.
He's talking to his touch judge now.
Handbags at dawn.
If you haven't spotted that one, I imagine it could just be a few words with the captains. I haven't seen too much of this in this game so far. He's having a long conversation. You almost hear a pin drop here from the Raiders fans. Falling over. Calling over the captains. 10 minutes. 10 minutes for the Sheffield. I'm trying to see Evan Hodgson. 10 minutes for him. That'd be.
You can't see him not sending one from each side, can you really?
I mean, there was definitely a punch thrown by Ryan Brown, who's now being called over. And I imagine, yeah, the card's going to stay out. And I think Brown knows. Yeah, 10 minutes in the bin for Ryan Brown. So both teams down to 12 for the next 10 minutes.
Now he's calling captains.
Well, maybe I just didn't see enough of that one, but yeah.
It was initially just a bit of push and shove, but obviously when other players get drawn in, things escalate quite quickly. Which way is the penalty going?
Well, it's Alex Bishop that keeps the ball. So it's going to be. I mean, initially I just thought that came from a Brown knock on. I was wrong. Mr. Muir awards the Raiders the scrum. So a few more ironic cheers down below from the Raiders fans.
Again, it's another opportunity. There's still 20 minutes to go. 3 scores out.
So scrum down, head and feed now then. 22 minutes to go. A try here. Moving this game into the final quarter. To make it very interesting indeed. Out towards Johnston. Costello cuts back in towards the line. Can't quite find a way through. Just a few metres to go now then. As big ball out towards the right hand side, but what a tackle that is. Dumping Philly McMillan on his backside. As now Bishop tries, someone at the markers, tries to wiggle and find a way through. He can't find a way through just yet. Raiders setting up some shape and some numbers on that far right side if he can just get the ball across. Johnston spotted it. Walker keeps this one moving. Raiders now over on that right side, straightening the run towards the line. We've got some good strike play ready on this left edge once again. Ramon Silva now then, juggles that ball around in front of the post, using his power, his strength, right up towards the line. Which way will we go now? It's fifth and last. Raiders will make the most of this field position here. Silva plays up, guns towards Costello, towards Ritson. Ritson cuts back in. Can Ritson find a way through? No, he cannot. Tackle's complete. Sheffield screaming in delight.
Now they have to produce a set of 6 in defence here now, as good as anything they've produced this year down. They really need to push them back over their own line and try and force a dropout or force a knock on.
We're into the final 20 minutes of this game. Raiders still trailing by 18 points. If they're going to want to win this one, they still need to find 4 more tries, and they need to do it in the final quarter. It's a massive task, and the task is getting harder and harder as Sheffield hang on to possession here. Raiders flying in with Walker, and now we've got another scrap. I don't think Walker did anything wrong there. He came flying in. I just think it was Billington that wasn't too happy with the initial challenge. Rather than looking for the play of the ball, he was looking to snap back at Walker.
Can't afford to get involved. He did what he did, and it was a legitimate. Let me see here. Let's just stop the clock there. He's having a word there.
Once again, speaking to.
It's the intent. He turned round and he's squaring up to him again.
Going to call over Walker here, is he? I imagine. No, I think call over Ryan Johnston.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not a red card.
What, for Walker?
No, maybe. He's already warned them once, you see, that's the threatening thing. And Walker was involved the first time, so if his name's been involved the first time, in the recent look they had, you know, the intent's there. Thankfully, I'm wrong.
So, the step-in captain, Ryan Johnston, is David Snap. Still off.
So he has to give it for the shoulder charge.
Tom Walker looking to come back on and beef up the pack here. 20 minutes remaining. Raiders 10, Sheffield 28.
It's just that momentum taken away again, though, Dan. So we've got to start and build again.
A minimum of 3 converted tries needed for the Raiders to come away with a point, providing Sheffield don't score again. 4 tries needed, at least 3 converted. The ball has been lost, it bobbles backwards. I imagine that's going to be play on the edge. He'll go backward and he's managed to collect that ball and find a way through, and he's still going. And it's that sort of defence the Raiders need to jump on, as Alex Foster it was. Somehow, play continues. Sheffield creeping inside the Raiders' half. Taking this one out towards the left. Once again, almost finding a way through the time, aren't they? 5th and last now. High kick off the Raiders' 40-metre mark. Testing Cresswell, who's done well there to catch that one. With his back to ball. I'll come back to you, Graham. Similar question to earlier on. 18 minutes to go, trailing by 18 points. Stuck on their own 10-metre. What do we do?
They just, I mean, it's not rocket science. They've just got to hit the ball hard, swing it around if they think they can, like they are now. Try and find an opening. Sorry.
2 passes out to Ritson, trying to find a way through. Cresswell finds his space.
Bit of urgency, though. That's what you can see now, isn't it?
You need to play this one. Use the speed. Find the space. Found a bit more space there with Johnston.
Get a quick play of the ball.
Last tackle now. Down the short side. Walker hoops this one up. Back towards the centre, where Tom Walker is going to try and get under it. Hobbling around. The ball was eventually collected. As the referee is let Sheffield keep possession here.
I'd love to have a look at the penalty countdown. It must be horrendous.
Yeah, I don't think Paul Clary will be too amused. I'm sure he'll have some strong words after this one. A few weeks off, plenty of things to work on after it. I won't say I think he'll run a form. They've had some tough fixtures, Featherstone to lose, and that point, the last point he picked up away to Batley. Correct play the ball there, not spotted. Play continues with Foster. Big presence he has been for Sheffield as he squares up with Costello. Josh Wood, who's back onto the field now. Looking to beef up the defence at least. For the final 17 minutes of this game. The time keeps ticking. Looks to be stretched too far now for the Raiders. Sheffield are going to pick up a victory which could propel them to the playoffs themselves. Crazy championship division as Luke Cresswell now. Luke Cresswell finds the space. He's got T. Ritson in support. Can he find a pass to Ritson? He can. Can Ritson find a way around the fullback? He almost finds a way. He still keeps going, Ritson. Ritson's on the 30. Sheffield defence managed to scramble back and get in position. He needs to quick play the ball here. Sheffield is going to be desperate to go back to 1. Play continues. The ball goes over the top. He's bouncing around, he's bobbling around. He's going to be forced back out from the dropout. And Bowman's looking for a hat-trick.
How quick was Luke Cresswell there then? Reminded me of a try he scored a few years ago from his own 20 at the full length of the field. That was unlucky from the Raiders there. We've got another set. The fans below us starting to get behind them now. At least they can see some spirit. At least they can see some fight back. A bit of urgency.
Dropout taken then. Bobbling around. Goes past Cresswell up towards Ramon Silva. Ramon Silva. Beats the ball there, so eventually collected it, but now the chasing Sheffield defensive line is up towards the 40-metre mark as Silva finds an offload to Cresswell. Cresswell steps, tries to duck around Corey Johnston. The play continues. Raiders now towards this left side with Tom Walker. Big run from him. This is very nicely. A big screen in front of us now, 15 minutes to play. We can see absolutely everything as Costello gets this one out to Ritson. Ritson zigzags inside, trying to look for another try himself there.
They're looking threatening at the moment, the Raiders.
Still within 10, this time it's going to be Walker. Walker's driving towards the line. Can't quite find a way over. He's going to be held up over the line that time.
I think they're short on the right edge, but look again. Look how slow the play. Oh, he stopped it, right? Taking him back to 10.
Back towards the 10-metre mark then. Johnston screaming at players to get in position on that far right side. Johnston takes that ball now, gets that one over towards his right hand side. Step back on the inside from Broadbent. Broadbent's looking towards the line. He had Bowman on his right hand side.
He was in then if he'd let it go.
Bowman was desperately looking for that hat-trick try. Cresswell screaming for the quick play of the ball. It comes out. Short ball out to Walker. Ramon Silva. Johnson screams in delight. Is it in delight or is it in frustration?
Oh, frustration. Should be another turnover this.
Yeah, Sheffield get the ball back.
I'm not sure what he's give that for, Dan. Again, very frustrating. Frustrating for the players. Can't see too many. Again, just taking the heat off Sheffield with the error.
Frustration's a big word commonly used this afternoon for the Raiders fans' delight for Sheffield Eagles. They've come up with a very impressive performance this afternoon. And they're still not giving up yet. They want some more points on the board. I think Raiders' miracle is one thing. I think even that's past them at this point. As Johnson wraps himself around. Costello getting involved in defence this time.
One thing the Raiders haven't done this afternoon is sort of just submitted and let the score get away and further away and become a bit embarrassing. They have made a good fist of it this afternoon. In the second half, they've done better than the first half. A lot for Paul Craig to work on, ready for Hunslet next week. All of a sudden you're thinking, is it a given Hunslet next week? No way. You're going to have to go there and really perform. We've had some good results during games, but just not quite getting over the line. Hunslet, so by no means an easy task.
Well, this incoming defeat for the Raiders. And with Widnes winning by 22 points to 18, if they can hold on to that, it will put them tied on points with the Raiders. I'm not too sure on the points difference in the table that I can see in front of me, but if Widnes have got a better point score difference, it will see the Raiders move out of the playoff positions this afternoon. As the ball comes out towards Walker now. Long sweeping pass towards T. Ritson, who's doing his best to stay in the field of play. Tackle complete, turnover. Nothing's working for this Raiders team. Sheffield have turned up this afternoon with a plan executed to perfection. They've jumped on the Raiders' mistakes. And the Raiders showing a defensive grit and determination with 11 minutes to go. Maybe 70 minutes too late, Graham.
Yeah, like you say, that particular part of the game isn't rocket science, is it, Dan? It's something that's got to be there week in, week out, no matter what. Like you say, the Raiders have just too many unforced errors, and it's allowed Sheffield to just forge ahead and just ease away with the score at half time. Damage was done.
Batley 12, Doncaster 44. Halifax have taken the lead over in Widnes. 10 minutes to go there. Widnes 22, Halifax 24 now. So there is an opportunity for the Raiders to remain in sixth going into that fixture against Hunslet next week. Bradford 12, York 16, Featherstone 20, Hunslet 18. Hunslet still in the fight there. Fantastic game going on. We'll take a look at the league table as well. I mean, it's not as good as a live table, it's not at the moment, but yeah, Barrow on 13 points. And I imagine after today it will remain that way. 10 minutes remaining, 18 points to go. Manny Costello brought down on the 40-metre mark. Widnes in 7th on 11 points. Featherstone with a win for them today. If they can hang on, we'll move them on to 12, taking them closer to them playoff positions. Doncaster also on 10, moving closer. The victory for them will move them on to 12. So the teams, Barrow had a nice comfortable lead over in the table. He's now not looking so comfortable this evening. Sheffield with this victory here will move them on to 8, and you still can't write them off for a playoff position come the end of the season.
I'd say it's very open in this league, isn't it? Top can beat bottom, as we're seeing.
The championship season just keeps on giving every year, and now it's Sheffield looking to find a way through. Raiders 10, Eagles 28, final 10 minutes of the game. Mindset for the Raiders players now, though, Graham. I mean, do you think it'll just be frustration? Do you think we'll see a bit more anger in these tackles? The game is gone.
Yeah, they just need to keep playing away. They just need to keep, trying to get some positives out of the game, whatever it is. Yeah, the game's gone, but these paying fans below us, they want to see him trying till the 80th minute, trying to get back into this game, trying to get one more scored on the board. And it always, it encourages people to come back next week when they need them, or the week after.
Jensen Winley finding a way down that right-hand side that time. Play shifted back towards the middle once more.
I always think it's a bad sign when you've got your middle starting to look like ball handlers now, as Sheffield now.
High kick towards that left-hand corner, being batted forward and knocked on by the Eagles. Good attempt, nose. It was Connor Bauer that came flying over the top, looking to collect that one. He'll play the ball off the Raiders 10, and I suppose Graham with 8 minutes to go. Looking to you shortly for your Raiders player of the match this afternoon. Might be a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
A bit irregular performance from Barrow this afternoon. Sees them trailing this game by 28 points to 10 against the Sheffield Eagles team who haven't really had the best of seasons. Costello was looking for that last ball out towards Ritson. It's batted off a Sheffield defender. So it's going to be another set for the Raiders. 7 minutes, 4 tries remaining. The game is now gone from the Raiders as they got this scrum down just in front of their own 20. So as we've got a slight pause here, Graham, I'll turn to you then to give us your player of the match this afternoon.
Like you say, it's an hard one to pick this afternoon, but I'm going to go with a returning player because I think he's done well with his minutes on the field, took the ball and well, defended well. Tom Walker.
Tom Walker awarded your BBC Radio Cumbria player of the match this afternoon then. Thought the Bullman brace.
Maybe, yeah, I thought about that. But like you say, he took both his tries well. Unfortunately, he hasn't had to do much other than that. Because he hasn't had the opportunities.
This ball being played out to Greenwood, Broadbent, Bullman. man we've just been talking about takes the Raiders to within 40 of the Sheffield line, looking for nothing more than consolation points here, which could make all the difference depending on what position they find themselves in as they approach the almost halfway stage of the championship season. Raiders now moving this one out with Walker. Johnston over the top, almost intercepted, batted across to T. Ritson, expertly well by Costello, but the referee is not happy with that one, so he batted it forward.
I think it was a Raiders ball. Looking at the body language.
Doing the agga-dagga-doo-doo-doo down there is Kevin Moore. Some of these officials' calls. Nevertheless, Raiders get the ball back. It's come down.
This afternoon, the championship. The official attendance 1,884.
1,884. One of the higher crowds at the Northern Competition Stadium this season. It's going to be a disappointed crowd on this Father's Day, not so delight, Graham.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, what they've got to do is think about, maybe not think about playoffs and where they're going to end up, but just try and get a win back under the belt and get some momentum going again.
Raiders now looking to put out towards the right side.
Bit of a high shot there.
On the 10-metre mark now, then with Broadbent. You find ball comes to Greenwood. I'm sure it's on the 200 career appearance he was hoping for. Out towards Walker. Johnston changes the play back in towards the post. Now being tackled. He's not too happy with that one, is Ryan Johnson either, as the ball now comes out to Brown.
And they've got some space on the right edge if they can shift the ball quickly. Oh well, that'll be that then, because they'll reset now.
Referee stops the clock with 4 minutes to go. Raiders still need 4 tries. Raiders 10, Sheffield 28. A bit of humble pie, I think, for this Raiders team this afternoon. I think the fans and the team expecting a lot more from this fixture.
Yeah. There's a crucial word there, Dan. Expect. This game's got to be. You've got to earn everything. And like you say, in that first half, they just paid the price for not being as disciplined as they should have been.
Out to Johnston, to Costello. Costello was looking for that final pass to Ritson and cuts back on the inside where he is smothered by 4 Sheffield shirts. Out now, Johnston, Charlie Emsley, darting towards the left side of the posts, can't find a way through once again. Josh Wood to Johnston. Bit of urgency now towards this right edge where Walker's wrapped up and dragged backwards. Almost 10 metres that time. Eventually a play of the ball. Now comes out to Ramon Silva. Angles his run. Tries to shove off a few of the Sheffield challenges. We approach the final 3 minutes now then. Can the Raiders give something for the fans to cheer about before they go home for their Father's Day roast dinners? At the moment, it's not looking likely. No. As Josh Wood fires this one out, it goes towards Johnson on the right side with Cresswell. Cresswell with the final ball out to Bowman! Hat-trick for the Raiders, top try scorer. But it's too little, too late. 3 minutes to go. Raiders 14, Sheffield 28.
John, have I got? Can I rethink me, man? Just sounds low about it. He's gone and got a hat-trick. Good on him. And that try did take some scoring.
Just watching the replay here and acrobatic finish from Bowman. 15 now for him this season.
I wouldn't have thought with any games he's played in where he's got a hat-trick and he's not.
Put away for a second. Conversion was taken successfully off the far right touchline.
Emergencies.
Can't we have 2 minutes to go then? Raiders 16, Sheffield 28.
I feel vindicated.
The sponsors man of the match this afternoon goes to Tom Walker after Graham just changed his mind.
Well, no, I didn't actually. I was pondering.
I mean, in a defeat, it's quite hard not to look at the guy that scored a hat-trick.
Yeah.
He may not have done much else, but a hat-trick is a hat-trick.
Yeah.
15 tries.
I never ever scored one, did you?
Been playing the games.
Look at it, get 3 darts in a dartboard, me.
I was a defensive maestro in my amateur days, Graham. Not more of a prolific try scorer.
Yeah. Where was that at, by the way? Barrow.
Pinepool and Walney, yeah, that's where I spent most of my days.
Yeah.
And Raiders now then bring this one out to Ramon Silva. So he's brought down just off the 40 metre mark. Could be youth that wins as well.
And knocked back there. What's he give here? It's a Raiders ball.
Charlie Emsley.
Just let go of the ball, man. That's it.
Yeah, Vincent Windley.
Enjoying that there.
Windley's on the wind-up.
Jensen Windley there. On the naughty step. Referee never seen that. You can be penalised for inciting illegal play as well.
2 tries needed then from the Raiders. And they've got just over a minute to do it. Walker trying to wiggle his way
I can't help thinking, where was this like an hour ago?
Back to one. I know.
We've got both half-backs running at them now.
Ball comes out to
That's it.
Graham's on the match now. He's changed his mind
Oh,
again.
I haven't changed his mind.
It's back to
I said
one.
it was ironic.
Ryan Johnston shifts the play towards his right hand side. He's grubbered it through. He's going to be taken it through the goal by Broadbent. Oh wow! Now then! Never count the Raiders out, but like a rope wasp at a summer barbecue. Annoying, determined, and always buzzing to get back into it. We've got a few seconds remaining, and the Raiders win this one. It's now Barrow 20. Sheffield 28, conversion taken. It's now Barrow 22, Sheffield 28. We're going to get a play. We're going to get a play here. We've got 0-0 on the scoreboard. We are literally, I imagine, waiting for the hooter. Seconds remaining. I imagine from kick-off, the Raiders are going to get one more play.
Yeah, you can't help but think whether the Sheffield players have thought it was in the bag. But the urgency that they've shown in the last 8 to 10 minutes, the Raiders, again, it'll be frustrating. I'm sure Paul will be thinking, just if we had another 5 minutes, you never know.
Raiders now there. They're just sat here waiting for the full-time hooter to go with Charlie Emsley in possession. Tries to find a way through. Raiders trying to play this one down the left. The referee blows the whistle. All the hope has gone. What a finish though. What a finish once again. The comeback just wasn't meant to be. Despite a spirited second half performance, they came up short against the Sheffield team, who found a little bit of form of old. The Raiders found flashes, enough to get this crowd going, and the belief bubbling, but in the end, it was like a pair of Father's Day socks, Graham. Promising, but not quite what we were hoping for. Full-time score here at Craven Park, the Northern Competition Stadium. It's finished Raiders 22, Sheffield 28. What a fight.